Chiesa is what you call a perfect market opportunity for Liverpool, and in around 25 to 35 million, I feel like it can be a really good deal. And I see a lot of Liverpool fans being like, why would we want to sign a player like Chiesa? But I'm going to be telling you why I feel like this will be such a good signing for Liverpool. So I think the best way to describe Chiesa is he's an explosive 1v1 winger, best utilized when there's space in behind. And I think one of the best traits of him is that he's really good from a standing start, and he doesn't really need overlaps, to maximize his ability. We often see a lot of wingers in the modern game needing overlaps to open space, but Chiesa, typically when he was playing under Conte, would be used to being isolated out on the wings, which has made him so good 1v1, especially in his best season. He was so good 1v1 because he didn't need any help from the people around him. And Liverpool sometimes want to play in different ways, on the wings. They want their winger to be able to be so good 1v1 so they can have their right back invert, so they can have their midfielder play a bit, separate from the winger. They want to be able to give space to the attacking winger to just go and do their stuff. Chiesa is so different to Salah. Salah is obviously really good on the transition. He's also just really good tight control, but 1v1, Chiesa is much better, providing a different option on that right wing. Yes, Chiesa's most, threat comes from that right wing position, so I can see why Liverpool want him. They want basically to have two players in every position. Obviously you have Chiesa and Salah, then you've got Gakpo and Diaz, you've got Jota through the middle with Nunes. That's a really good crop of players. They look really stacked in the attack if they get someone like Chiesa, and it makes sense in that sort of way for that 25 to 35 sort of million range. Someone like Chiesa just does make sense, and it's a good market opportunity. In terms of games missed, I know a lot of Liverpool fans will be kind of scared about Chiesa missing loads of games, but he hasn't missed as many ever since that huge, cruciate ligament injury in 2021-22 season. He's missed, one game a season. I think the most he's missed in a season is actually 4 since that ACL injury. So not too bad at all. Not an injury sort of record to worry about at all. And if he's going to be just playing bit part minutes and just coming off the bench, making an impact off the bench, then it's a really good signing for them. And I see no qualms about it. And obviously, you want your winger to be able to score goals and be an impact in sort of, goals and assists. Chiesa hasn't been the best for Juventus in terms of goals and assists. Obviously in the 2023-24 season, 11 goals and assists combined. His best for Juventus in the 2020-21 season was 16 goals and assists in 30 games. But you can see there's an output machine, kind of waiting to burst. He just needs the right coaching, the right nurturing, and it can be sort of this Jota sort of signing that Liverpool got. We talk about certain signings, certain players, having this role. Chiesa is more like Jota rather than he is a Diaz. Diaz is somebody who came into the side, expect him to start, expect him to be a goal and assist machine. Chiesa won't be that. He'll be much better coming off the bench as an impact player. With his explosiveness, of course, he's not as explosive as he was back in the day, but that doesn't really matter at the minute. Liverpool are playing against low blocks. He's still, quite good in the first couple yards, and that's what you need from a player like him. So I wouldn't really worry about Chiesa not being as explosive as he once was, because of course, as a big team, as a team that dominates possession, he only needs to be in those first few steps. It's not really got that pace to go for 50-60 yards as he used to. Very good ball to feet winger as well, I must say. Really good at collecting the ball and driving with the ball, and I think that's what Liverpool really need from a winger. I know it's kind of a shock that they're going for one. You've got a lot of options, but it makes sense as an impact sell for Salah. And one thing I do really want to talk about with Chiesa signing is it possibly a statement from Arne Slot, kind of looking at Trent Alexander-Arnold and how upset he was coming off. He wants his players to know that there's a replacement, and there's some games you have to come off the pitch. Like Salah, you can almost see, Harvey Elliott coming on. That's almost like a look into the future to Mohamed Salah saying, I can substitute you in games, even if we are winning, even if you are, playing well, even if you are playing badly. I can make a sub. I can bring a player who's going to make an impact. And Chiesa, I can see that change happening a lot this season, where Salah is going to be the one moaning on the bench. But it's great to have this sort of rotation. Nobody should feel settled and have their, starting role confirmed, because it's just not good. Competition is what makes players, and players play better because they know there is competition. But for me, Chiesa is really a top signing for Liverpool, and I think he'll definitely thrive under Slot ball.